It's Coast to Coast with Mike, your host. It's the YouTube show that helps you cash in most. His track record's phenom, his cashing rate is the bomb, and it's all brought to you by RacingDudes.com. And now, the host of your show, Mike Somich.
Hey everybody, welcome to Coast to Coast. Today is June 7th, 2018, and I'm your host, Mike Somich. After a lackluster start to the program, we came through for you on Sunday. Aaron had a winner on top over at Churchill, and I had a $12 horse that I said to play in the pick 5 over at Santa Anita. So hopefully you were able to incorporate our opinions in with yours and have some winners. We're really excited about this weekend. This is going to be one of the best days. I think it's actually the second best day all year in racing on Belmont Saturday. But the whole card on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday is great over at Belmont. We've got some stakes action at Santa Anita, at Churchill, and at Woodbine. We're going to see some really nice horses go out. So it's a really great weekend to be a horse racing fan. Over at Racing Dudes, we're hard at work on the Belmont Stakes Guide. You can find that at RacingDudes.com. And we're going to have a couple episodes that are kind of specials here for Coast to Coast. So you'll have episodes Thursday through Sunday. And additionally, we're also going to have the race that we're most looking forward to on the Belmont and the Friday undercards, just so that you can see or have some other races highlighted over the weekend that you can be excited about and the horses that we really want to see run. So without further ado, we're going to send it Coast to Coast. Magic, start us out west.
Thanks, Mike. What's up, everybody? This is Curtis Kellewood, aka Magic. Today we're going to handicap the Thursday opener at Santa Anita, my home track. It's an optional claimer for Calbred, fillies, and mares on the 6.5 furlong downhill turf course. From a pace perspective, look for the early speed to come from the 3, the 6, and the 7. Look for the 1, 4, 5, and 8 to be relatively close. And look for the 2 to be way in the back because her speed figures are... Now, when they get onto the stretch, the 3, 6, and 7 I expect to be running together. Look for the 6 and 7 to be the first ones to back out. They don't have the speed figures to match up with 3. Meanwhile, this should set up really well for stalkers, such as the 1 and the 4. My top choice, number 4, all of a sudden, is coming into this race with a red-hot trainer, Phil D'Amato, and her jockey, Joe Talamo, is firing at 21% when riding a Phil D'Amato horse. Now, if that wasn't enough to convince you, Nick Alexander, her owner-breeder, has what I think are the best silks in the game. If that's not enough to convince you, I don't know what to tell you. I do think that the 1 Queen BDU is her top competition. Back on April 14th, these two actually did fight each other down the hill, same conditions, and the Queen BDU, the number 1 horse, actually got second by a half a length. However, I think that's going to be reversed here, and it's because her rail draw is going to hurt her chances to break free and get clear in the stretch. I think the 4 is much better suited from her position, and as much as I love Kent DeSormo riding the 1, I don't think she's going to be able to get around the traffic. And third, I've actually got the 8 Operandi. Now, her speed figures aren't the greatest, but she did break her maiden 2 back going down the hill, and then last out, again down the hill, she ran a very improving third. She was able to pick off horses as they were coming back to her. I thought that if she had broken better and she had run across the turf chicane better, she could have actually won that race. So, look for her to be picking up the pieces from the speed duel. I've got the 3 finishing 4th. I think it's going to be close with the 8, but I decided to go with the price horse here. The 3, however, her jockey, Tyler Bays, is making his first start back since a really scary accident 2.5 weeks ago at Santa Anita. So as long as the 2 of them come back safe and sound, they should consider that a win. Welcome back, Tyler. I'm actually going to take off right now. I'm out of bourbon. Mike?
Thanks, Magic. Appreciate you covering Santa Anita for us. I'm also going to play the 5 horse in that race, Clearly Beverly. I like the fact that she's cutting back in distance, and I feel like she's dropping a little bit in class from $30,000 stakes race down to the $16,000 optional claimers today. So, as Magic said, when that speed starts to come back, expect her to be rolling late. All right, now let's kick it over to Aaron Halterman. He's going to take a look at Churchill Downs and try and go 2 for 2 for us.
What is up, guys? I am happy to be back today for another edition of Coast to Coast. 1 for 1 so far. That's the good news. The bad news is it can only go downhill from here, and I'm sure it probably will. But we'll hope not as we go to Churchill Downs today for race 7 on their program. It is an allowance race for 3-year-olds and up, going 1 1/16 miles. So we got a field of 7 betting interests, 8 horses. We've got a coupled entry in here. I'm going to go with a little bit of a price. 6-1 on the morning line. Super Derecho coming out of the Jinx Fires barn. Why am I going to go with a little bit of a price here? I feel like this is the lone speed in the race. And John Court is riding today. He's a great speed rider. This horse could steal it on the front end. You see these connections pull these kind of upsets all the time at Churchill Downs and at Oaklawn Park. So number 6, Super Derecho, wire to wire is what I'm hoping. Now, number 5, Nice Not Nice. This is a horse that's very interesting to me. Had some success on the dirt early in his career, then switched to the turf with not much success. Now back to the dirt last time out, won a $50,000 claimer by a half length. He'll obviously be tough to beat here again today. He is the chalk, though. He is the morning line favorite at 5-2. A couple of interesting horses. The coupled entry for Mark Cassie of Determinate, and He Takes Charge. Determinate, kind of a grinded out type of horse, but He Takes Charge is kind of the interesting one today for me. Running as a gelding for the first time today, which could help. This was a horse that was kind of on the Kentucky Derby trail, at least as a horse that's kind of the up-and-comer that might jump up and try a race here or there and have a shot to win at a price. He's kind of disappointed, since then, but maybe the first-time gelding will help. He's kind of still one that maybe you should keep an eye on. And finally, to round out the Superfecta, number 4, Quality Rolls. I mean, this is kind of another horse that's a grinded-out type that could jump up and get a piece of it today. If the pace scenario goes not like I see it, and maybe there is a little bit of a speed duel, this could be one that could stalk the pace and maybe take advantage of it. So for me, in the Churchill Downs 7th on Thursday, I'm going 6, 5, 1, and 4.
Thanks, Aaron. Appreciate you covering Churchill for us today. Hopefully get another winner on top. I'm going to close it out with Belmont's 8th race, the 5th running of the Grade 3 Wander Again for 3-year-old fillies going a mile and a 16th on the turf. I picked this race because oftentimes you can see big-time improvement out of 3-year-olds, and that allows you to get some longer shots home. And with that in mind, I'm going to play against the 8-5 morning line favorite here. Significant form coming in for Chad Brown. The last race looks really appealing visually on paper, but when you kind of take a step back and you notice it's only against 4 other rivals, she ran the first quarter in 25 seconds, had an easy lead, and walked the dog out there. It makes me believe that she's going to get overbet here, and I think there's some horses in here that have a ton of talent. Specifically the 9 horse, who's going to be my top pick, La Signare. She is running second time out in North America. She's running second time off a layoff. And if you notice who beat her in that first race, there's a horse named Toinette. The last time we saw Toinette was knocking off Daddy's a Legend, who's our second choice in here, and undefeated Russian Fall on Derby weekend. So you know there's a ton of talent here, and if she improves off that 87 buyer, she is probably the best horse in this race. I mean, anything in the mid-90s should get the job done here. So I think she's a great pick on top. She also closed into a slow 113 and 4/5, 6 furlongs in that race, where Toinette was sitting just a length off. She was 6 back. For the second spot, I'm going to go to the 2-horse Mighty Scarlet. It's Chad Brown's other horse in this race. I often will look at the other horse for a trainer because I believe that the trainer thinks they both have a legitimate shot in the race. And if you get one at 6-1, you're getting the other at 8-5. I'm going to take the longer shot every time. For the third, I will go to Significant Form. I do think that is a very good horse, and I think that she's got right to improve as well. So if she does, she may very well be the best in here. The 4th place horse is going to be Camilla's Princess. It's the 10 horse on the outside. I think it's important to note when winning the Honey Rider last out, Sister Sunday ran 3rd in that race. Well, Sister Sunday was the horse that won the debut race for our 2-horse today, Mighty Scarlet. So because of that, I think that she fits with this field, and you're getting her at a price of 10-1 with Saez up. For the single race bets, I'll also include Daddy's a Legend in 3rd or 4th, but I'm going to leave Daddy's a Legend out of the multi-race exotics. I am going to go 5 deep and try and beat the favorite, the 5-horse here, but I'm going to play 2, 4, 5, 9, and 10. The 4 is the only one I haven't talked about. I'm including Animosity because I like the Animal Kingdom on the top. Often that plays well on turf. This is her second time around 2 turns, her first time on turf around 2 turns, but mostly she could be low in speed in here. I think that she's the one who has a chance to kind of walk the dog out front, and if she does, she's going to be awfully dangerous. Well, thanks for watching it today, guys. I really appreciate it. Keep an eye out. We're going to have more content coming out this weekend. We've got 3 of the dudes that are going to be at Belmont, so keep an eye out for live tweets there. We're also going to do a special Why I'm Excited, coast to coast, about the undercard at the Belmont for both Friday and Saturday. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Thanks for watching Coast to Coast, brought to you by RacingDudes.com. I was your host, Mike Somich. You can follow me on Twitter at Samobomb18, and you can follow the Racing Dudes at Racing_Dudes. Head over to racingdudes.com for all the latest news, articles, free picks, and premium selections. Don't forget to check out the podcast Blinkers Off, available twice a week on iTunes, SoundCloud, and anywhere else you get your podcasts.